we challenged the guys at the beginning of the year that we thought we had enough talent to win the district. And we've had some high highs and low lows throughout the year. But, man, we are really playing our best basketball at the right time right now. Our big guns are showing up every night. We're playing great defense. And we're just finding a way to win at the right time.
Right. That's when you want to peak here at tournament time. And big win over the Oneida Indians last night, I believe 56-52. And Oneida was the #1 seed, right?
Yes, Oneida's the #1 seed.
Y'all came in #2 seed.
We did. We split during the regular season. Played a double overtime game up at third place. We dominated that game, in my opinion. And then they came to our place, and I thought that they dominated the game, and we ended up making a run late and beating them. And then we played a really nip and tuck game last night. If we take care of business on our end, and they take care of business on their side of the bracket. I could see us playing for the region title in about a week and a half. I kind of expect that, to be honest with you.
Okay, and once again, head coach Wesley Rather of the Oliver Springs boys basketball team, fresh off a district tournament championship last night, as he mentioned, the first in over a decade. And congratulations. And Coach, I know you want to give all the credit to your players. The coaches, they want to deflect that praise. They just take the blame, right?
Yeah, it's always our fault when we lose, and it's always good on the players when we win. Hey, but no joke, it's something that I say in my program all the time. It's all about the guys. It really is. If you don't have any talent, it doesn't matter if you're a good coach or bad coach or somewhere in between. You're going to get your eyes beat in every night. Okay, you got to have some talent, and then it's my job and my assistant's job to make the best out of that talent. And we're fortunate enough to be an upperclassman-led team this year. We've got some guys that have played a lot of ball. We have a couple really good players, and we've got some nice pieces around that fit in with those guys, and everything is just gelling at the right time.
Certainly, and Coach Rather has brought in, as he mentioned, 4 seniors on his Bobcat squad, and we have Keaton McDonald, Brett Daugherty, Bryson Marler, and Tanner Melton. Let's go ahead and take a look at these fine young men. And boys, if you would, just go ahead and introduce yourself and tell everyone what class you're in.
My name is Brett Daugherty, and I'm a senior.
My name is Bryson Marler, and I'm as well a senior.
I'm Keaton McDonald, and I'm a senior.
I'm Tanner Melton, and I'm a senior.
And of course, I said y'all were the seniors, so that didn't really make sense. But what position do you play there, Brett?
Well, I would usually play forward, so most of post, but I could also run some guard too.
Okay, Bryson?
I'm just a guard. I don't really go in post at all.
I mostly play the 1 and 2 guard.
I play just about every position.
And guys, congratulations on the district tournament championship last night.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And if you would, each of y'all just speak on that. How's it feel to win that championship last night? And if you got anything else to add to it, just go ahead and feel free to chime in on that. But it's a great honor to win that championship last night. Just go ahead and talk about that victory.
I feel, in my opinion, like our time was coming. It was a lot of hard work, and me myself, I've battled through injuries the whole season, so I haven't got to play in a couple months. So it feels really good for these guys to come out and win.
It really all just starts with our defense and how we've been on the defensive end. But from where we were my first 2 years, and even last year with COVID, coming into a championship season, that just means everything to us in the community.
Yeah, like he said, we were very, very bad the past few years, and it feels good to actually start winning some games and taking the title. It feels really good.
It just felt really nice to finally get a championship because, as Coach Rather said, we haven't had one in over a decade, and to bring it to the community really feels nice.
All right, thank you, guys, and we'll be back to visit with y'all here in a little bit. Turn our attention back to Coach Rather, and Coach Rather had you on the show. Wasn't last year, I believe. It was going into your first year.
It's probably a year and a half ago. This is my second year.
Was this your second year?
Yeah, this is my second year. It's probably a year and a half ago or something like that.
I was thinking this is your third year, but this is your second. Okay.
Second year, yes.
Let's talk a little bit about your progression from last year to this year.
Well, you want the good, the bad, or?
Well, I was reading about Oliver Springs, like before you got there, won 2 wins, and then last year 6, right?
Yes, yeah, man. Last year was my first year in the program, and we won 6 games, which doesn't sound like a lot, and it's not a lot. But it was a lot for our program because, I mean, I think the 2 previous years were 2-0 maybe, or 2-1, something like that. And we were in every game. That was the difference. We played, I think we got to play 16 games last year, 16 or 18, and we won 6 of them, and we were in every other game but 2. We got blown out twice, and it was in the first 3 games of the year. And then, you know, after that, we just didn't know how to win. You know, it was one of the things that we talked about the other day in practice. I mean, I looked around and I just asked the guys, you know, I mean, how many people in this huddle has ever won a title? You know, no one in our program has won a title besides 2 freshmen at the middle school football level. They had won a title. So it's, you know, people that are used to winning, you get used to taking it for granted. And, you know, the same thing goes for losing. It's hard to break that and really get over the hump. And actually win a title, and we were able to do that last night. We were down 9. I mean, we didn't have really any business of winning that game. And these guys have never won a game like that, you know, when the title's on the line. And I was just really proud of them. I mean, they're gutsy. We've played a lot of close games down the stretch, and we've got a couple of guys that have just answered the bell over and over and over again. And like Marler said, if we play, I told him at halftime last night, it was 23-23 at half, and I told him, I was like, we're in a great spot. Who knows what's going to happen this second half, but we're about to play this game in the 50s, and if we play in the 50s, we win. If we play in the 60s, we're about to get beat. If we play in the 70s, we're definitely beat.
When y'all defeated Oneida last night, and where was that game played at?
It was at Wartburg.
At Wartburg,
yes, it was at Wartburg.
Neutral court, and you were behind going into the 4th, right?
Yes, I think we got down as much as 10, and we were down 9 in the second half, and
it had to be an exciting rally.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. Hey, and one of our best scorers, I mean, Keaton McDonald has kind of been our gunner, especially since Christmas. He's really just shot the ball lights out. I mean, I think he's shooting around 50% from the 3-point land, you know, which is a really high clip. But I mean, he couldn't throw an ocean last night. I mean, he's one of the best players in the district, and he's fumbling the ball out of bounds. Just didn't have it. Guys have nights like that, you know. But Tanner Melton played great. Kane Gooch stepped up and played great. We had a couple other guys chip in. Javen Barger had 12. And in the second half, I mean, Tanner just pretty much took over the game. And, you know, I was really happy for him to be able to do that because he's had a tough shooting year. And, you know, I mean, he scored 18 points last night, and we needed every one of them.
All right. I've seen you guys play a couple times this year, played Anderson County, and really both games were competitive, and I knew y'all had the team be able to pull this off, something like this. But
yes, both teams, you know, we played Anderson County close twice, and we were really shorthanded against those guys. You know, I think we played them once, and they were shorthanded, and then we played them 2 nights later, and, you know, we were still shorthanded, and they had got their guy back. You know, Coach Wallace and Anderson County, they do a good job, but we knew on paper that we had a chance to beat them. You know, and it's been a long time since we beat a AAA program, and we had Lenore City on the ropes early. I wish we could have got Anderson County once. I just want these guys to be successful. You know, I've been with them since their freshman year. I've seen them at their lowest of lows, and these guys deserve some success. You know, and I'm so happy that they're getting it because they're doing the right things every day, John.
Probably say you turned the corner maybe last night, you think, with that?
I think so. I mean, I really think we turned the corner about Christmas time this year. You know, is when I think we really turned the corner. We started out the year really well.
But as far as a program, I mean, like
yes,
winning that last night, I mean, like you're talking about learning how to win and coming from behind.
I think so. Yes, and you know, these 4 guys over here. They're literally laying the foundation for the people in middle school right now and the underclassmen. You know, once these guys leave in a couple of months, they've shown the juniors, the sophomores, and the freshmen the way to do it. You know, I mean, they've really bought in to working hard and having a good time at practice every day. And, once they leave, it's going to be up to the underclassmen to carry the torch because these guys are showing the way.
Walter?
So these are the 4 seniors that you're losing, and you lose anybody else?
No, these are it. These are the 4 guys that I lose. They're a big part of what we do, without question. But we've got some guys behind them. There's no reason. I mean, we lose a lot, but there's no reason that we should just fall off a cliff next year. We've got plenty enough coming back to continue to be competitive and compete for titles in the future.
And Oneida was certainly a big quality win. What are some of the other quality wins you have? I know you played Anderson County fairly close and some others, but some of your, I guess, bigger schools.
I mean, we beat Harriman twice, which is a big deal for us because it has been a long time since we beat Harriman even once. I mean, before last year, it had been a decade since we played Harriman in a close ball game. Wartburg is one of our rivals, in my opinion. The style of play that they play gives us problems. That was a big win for us. We've had a lot of nice wins throughout the year, and we've scared a lot of people as well. We've played a lot of really tight games. Some games that we played well. We've played a good Maryville Christian team close twice. We just put together a pretty nice season. I think we're 17-12, and every coach can say this. I think that we're 5 games better than that, but we didn't win them. And that's just the bottom line. We didn't win those 5 games, but we've played a pretty nice schedule and got some nice wins on throughout the year.
And it's good that last year with those 6 wins and you've got 17 now heading to the region, you're definitely going in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, I told these guys at the beginning of the year that I think that we can win 20 games, which is very difficult to do. It's hard to win 20 games. You have to be a really mentally focused team to win 20 games because that means 20 nights you not only played well enough to win the game, but you actually went out there and made the plays in the final 2 minutes to win the game. And if we win 3 more games, which I think that we can, we'll get to 20. And that hasn't been done in a long time either. And I think these guys can do it. I know they can.
And do you have a background other than the last 2 years? Have you been in, you've looked certainly quite young, but have you have a background as an assistant or previously played?
Yes, I've been with these guys for 4 years. I was the assistant coach at Oliver Springs for the 2 years prior to the 2 years that I've been the head coach. So for the last 4 years, I've been involved in high school basketball. I got into education. I made a career change, and I've been involved in basketball since I got into education.
Okay.
These guys are my first group, that I've came through with. They were freshmen whenever I started.
We're visiting with the head coach of the Oliver Springs boys basketball team, Wesley Rather. And Wesley, if you would, tell everybody out there a little bit about yourself. I believe you're a Oliver Springs grad, right?
Yeah, Oliver Springs grad, 2010. Man, I'm telling you, I'm having almost as much fun coaching for Oliver Springs as I did playing. I mean, last night was really fun. Man, my wife had a blast. I felt like we were playing. I mean, it's fun to win. We had a pregame meal yesterday, and this is something that me and Biggs talk about all the time, which is my assistant coach. He's also my best friend.
Tyler Harper?
Yeah, we've been good friends our whole life. And anytime you're having problems in your program or anytime you're having problems, trying to get the kids to buy in, all you got to do is just start winning and everything gets fixed, And, man, it was fun to win last night. And, like I said, I played at Oliver Springs. I've got a lot of pride in the community. It's awesome to look up in the stands and see people that were watching us play, over a decade ago, now supporting these same guys. It's really cool. And, it's a great place to coach. It's a great place to teach, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to hopefully get these guys back on the right track permanently.
And what do you teach at Oliver Springs?
I teach personal finance. I do the yearbook, and just teach any business course pretty much. Yeah.
I believe you got good bloodlines too, or as far as your marriage, your wife, Kayla Christopher, right?
Yeah.
Played outstanding basketball player for Oliver Springs.
Yes, and then she went on to play at Chattanooga and had a nice career down there as well. So she's enjoying it, man. She's having a blast watching these guys. I think she likes this group of guys right here about as much as I do. I mean, she says all the time, she don't even talk to these guys much, but she just hears me talk about them all the time. And I think she's going to miss them as much as I'm going to miss them whenever they graduate. You know, she just likes watching them play, and they do things the right way, and you can tell they love each other, and they're playing hard for the community. It's hard not to like these 4 guys over here.
Right. I know you got a family too, and tell everybody about your family.
Yeah, I've got twin girls. Recently, they're both a year and a half old. Reese and Tatum, they're awesome. You know, I put them to bed right before I came here. You know, if you think you're busy, have you a couple of twins, and then see how busy you really are. Right. You know, it's been all my free time's gone. I can't play golf anymore. God knows what I'm going to shoot this summer when I go out and play. But you know, it's awesome. It's awesome. I would like to have a couple more. You know, I don't know if that door's open or not, but it's being a dad has been great. It's you know, I wouldn't change a thing. I wanted 2 boys and got 2 girls, and I don't think I would trade them.
The girls are the best.
We'll see. We'll see how the teenage years
I've got a
go.
daughter.
I'm a high school teacher, man. I see it all. I don't know if I'm ready for those teenage years.
Walter's got a son, though.
Oh, yeah.
But kids are great. The boys or girls, you know. You just have to be blessed just to what God blesses you with.
Yeah,
and, you know.
They're healthy. What more can you ask for?
Mm-hmm. And if you would just talk about, going back to your wife, Kayla, she was she coaching at Kingston prior to?
Yeah, she coached there for a year, and you know, we were about to start building a house, found out we were pregnant. Well, I wasn't pregnant. She found out she was pregnant with twins. You know, that's one of my pet peeves when people say we're pregnant. It's like, you're not pregnant, and then I just said I'm pregnant, you know. But, you know, she was pregnant with twins, and it's, you know, she had to give it up. You know, she wanted to be a mom. She's a great mom. She's a great wife, and she wanted to stay home and be able to spend time with her daughters. And, you know, and she comes and watches us plays and really enjoys it.
Is she looking to get back into coaching?
I have no idea.
Right. And
I have no idea. I really don't.
And Kayla's mom is head coach for the Oliver Springs Lady Bobcats?
Yes.
Right,
my mother-in-law is the head coach at Oliver Springs, and we work directly all the time. You know, she's awesome. She's great to our girls, and, you know, fun to coach with. I try to help her out. She tries to help me out. So it's a good relationship.
Right, so all in the family there. And I know assistant coach Dwayne LaFew, he's been there for quite a while.
He's been there for a little bit, you know, probably 15 years or better at this point, you know.
So sounds like y'all got a good staff there. And
I think so.
With Coach Harper and with the girls program as well. So,
hey, man, it's so fun coaching with
you're winning.
with my buddy,
good.
you know, Biggs, and Taylor Murray's helping us this year, and he's been awesome to bring onto the staff. He has a lot of energy, you know, I mean, but one of these days, Biggs is going to not want to coach basketball because he coaches high school football now. He's recently been named the head coach, and I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, everybody thinks I'm a halfway decent coach. We'll see how good I am whenever Biggs ain't over there with me, because he does a lot. I do a lot of talking. He does a lot of coaching. You understand what I'm saying? He tells me what to do, then I go in the huddle and tell him what to do. That's pretty much how it works.
Actually, he took over the head coach there at Anderson County that game. You was out.
Oh, yeah. Well, they won the first 2 while I was out, and he told me, he was like, we're winning, man. You just need to stay gone.
Right.
And the kids probably felt the same way, so you know, I'm glad they took me back.
Yeah. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and take our first break of the night. We'll be right back. We're going to check some scores out of the district tournament that's just been recently completed and recognize some of the district champions and look ahead to the region coming up, and also visit with these 4 seniors for Oliver Springs. So we'll be right back. You're watching the Locker Room Chat.
Roan Metals Group has been serving East Tennessee for decades. Locally owned and operated with convenient hours of operation. Roan Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing's too big or too small. Still have that clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Roan Metals Group are specialists in industrial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Roan Metals urges you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. A member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Roan Metals Group. Turn that scrap into cash.
Alexander Guesthouse Senior Living is Oak Ridge's secret to senior care. Our all-inclusive assisted living and memory care offers 24-hour care, medication management, laundry services, housekeeping services, and assistance with activities of daily living. At Alexander, we treat your loved ones like our loved ones. Our Jackson Suites are $2,000 a month. To schedule a tour, give us a call at 865-294-5489. Alexander Guesthouse, Oak Ridge's secret to senior care.
Earl Duff Subaru would like to announce the opening of our brand new, larger facility in Kingston. This new facility was designed to offer unmatched comfort and convenience for our customers. Our service department now offers full tire and alignment services, express oil changes, and a car wash included with each service. We're conveniently located at I-40 exit 356 in Kingston, an easy drive from anywhere in the greater Knoxville area. Earl Duff Subaru, Tennessee's only 10-time winner of the Subaru Love Promise Award.
The 2022 Outback is in stock and available for immediate delivery at Earl Duff Subaru in Kingston.
At Roan Medical Center, we are committed to serving this community and providing the best possible care for our patients. We have 20 medical specialists on staff representing all areas of care in a clean and safe environment. You don't have to go out of town to receive excellence in outpatient services, so please don't delay. The care you deserve is right here, right now. For the moments of need, we are here for you.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Tennessee, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
At OEB Law, our home is your home. And your family is our family. And down here, family takes care of family. Giving back and helping out whenever needed. OEB Law is proud to be from East Tennessee. OEB Law feels like home.
Welcome back into the locker room chat, and our guests are the Oliver Springs Bobcats and head coach here, Wesley Rather. And Coach Rather, let's go ahead and look at the district tournament recently completed. Your Bobcats are champions there, as you can see. Y'all came in as the 2 seed and defeating the Sunbright. But go ahead and talk about, you beat the Sunbright to get to the finals, but go ahead and talk about this bracket.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, we didn't play very well against Sunbright. Probably didn't deserve to win the game. Me and my assistants talked. I mean, I just don't think that our guys were very excited about playing Sunbright that night. And we came out a little flat. We hang our hat on defense, and it looks like we played really good defense because we gave up 38 points. But their best player got injured, and their second best player was in extreme foul trouble all night. And we just didn't bring it. We weren't locked in, But here's the thing. Anybody who makes a run has a game like that, and the teams that don't make a run get beat on the nights that they don't play well. And we were able to win it, so I'm proud of the guys for that. And then we knew what we were going to get whenever we played Oneida. I mean, we knew it was going to be a 4-quarter ball game. I thought we was going to win 53-49. That's what I told our assistants for the game, and we ended up 56-52. I knew it was going to be a 2 or 3 possession ball game at max. We're 2 evenly matched teams, and to be honest with you, I hope we play them again. I want to play them again in the region title. I like Coach King. I like the way Oneida does things. I think it brings out the best in our guys because they know that if they don't come out and play hard, they're about to get smacked in the mouth because Oneida's going to play hard, and they're going to defend, and they're going to box out. And, everybody likes playing close games. I do. I know they're fun to play in for the guys. They're fun to coach in. And I hope we see Oneida again down the road in the region title.
And over on the girls' side, Oneida girls won the district tournament in District 3.
Kind of came out of nowhere. I think they finished 3rd or 4th, got hot at the right time. They got a nice player. She shot the ball lights out for 3 games, and they won the thing. That can happen. It's tournament basketball.
Okay, and Cofield, you see the runner-up in District 3. So, Cofield girls got a big win. was it, no, Oneida defeating Sunbright. That was a battle in the girls.
Yeah.
You know, and we had the Cofield girls
Sunbright's got a
on
good
last
team.
week. And okay, Chandler, do we have you have the region brackets for the boys here? We go Oliver Springs, you see number 1, going to take on Midway. How'd y'all fare against Midway this year?
Beat them twice. Beat them by about 30 at home. We busted 80 points, which we rarely do, and played good enough defense. We blew them out by about 30 points, and then at their place, we were missing 2 guys, and I think we ended up beating them by 13, 16, something like that. They got a kid that can literally score 35 plus any night. They scare me a little bit, to be honest with you. They've got good man-to-man stuff. I think a zone will give them some trouble. I think we'll probably play our 1-3-1 against them. But, at this point, man, it's win or go home. You just play the team that's in front of you. Midway's the next team in front of us. That's who we're going to play. And then if we're fortunate enough to beat them, we're going to see the winner of Oakdale and Wartburg. And we've played both of them twice this year. So.
Right, and Coach Nelson at Oakdale, right?
Yeah.
They've really improved here.
In the last half of the season, the last 10 games, man, they're probably playing their best ball,
And you got Harriman down on the other end, and Harriman seems to be there every year. They've got some state tournament championships under their belt. One not too long ago, and so y'all got your work cut out for you, definitely.
I think we can win it. I mean, I know, you can get on here and like coach talk and all that stuff and say one game at a time, and that's the way we're looking at it. But we talk about the big picture with our guys. I mean, now the night that we're playing Midway, that's the only team that we're going to be thinking about. But I don't think there's any problem with talking about the opportunities that are in front of these young men. These guys got an opportunity. These 4 seniors and the other guys on our team, they've got an opportunity to do something that's only been done 4 times in Oliver Springs history, and that's to go to the state tournament. And we've got a chance to do it, man. I mean, look at that region. We match up just fine with anybody in that region. Now, you still got to come and you still got to play and you still got to shoot the ball well and do all the right things to win. But, we're talking about it. We want to make the state tournament. We want to play a home game at Terry Hacker Gym. With an opportunity to go to the state tournament. This is going to be the last year that we play in that gym, and how awesome would it be to shut the place down with a win going to the state tournament?
You're getting a new gymnasium next year, right?
We are. Yeah, we are. Well, that's what they say. We'll see. I hope we're playing in it next year. You know what? I wouldn't mind playing Terry Hacker one more year, to be honest with you. So
it's a great home court advantage.
Yeah, it's awesome. Gyms aren't going to be built like that anymore. I hate to see it go, but I'm just glad we've got a winning record on our home floor this year, which is the way that gym should go out. We've won some really big games in that gym this year. The place has been absolutely rocking a few times, which hasn't been like that in a long, long time. We played in the game a couple weeks ago against Oneida, man. It can't get much louder than that. I mean, it was absolutely – Tanner dunked one right before half, and I was down on my knees, just kind of squatted down. And I mean, I just, happened to notice how loud it was. And it can't get much louder than that, man. And whenever I took over this job, I told these guys, I want them to experience some of the same stuff that I was fortunate enough to experience whenever I was in school. And that's one of the things, because there's very few gyms in East Tennessee that can get as loud as the gym that we play in, and it hasn't been loud in a while. And these boys have got to play in front of a loud crowd. And it's fun. It's fun, and we've had some nice wins on our home floor this year. So if it's the last year we play in it, we've sent it out in the right way.
Certainly. And when's the last time y'all were in the state, Oliver Springs?
11 seasons ago. We went my senior year, 2010. Me and my assistant coach, we went down there together. We had a great group of guys, similar to this group of guys right here. We had 4 seniors, and we had some underclassmen that played a huge role in what we were doing. The people that come to mind is, Javen Barger, Michael Tuck, Kane Googe. We got Dakota Atkins coming off the bench. We've got about 3 or 4 guys, other than these guys that you're looking at right here, that really just fill their roles really, really well.
And Walter, you have any news and notes? I know some other teams in the area won the district tournament championships. And,
let's see. I'll try to get back to where I was I know some of the teams coming up and some of those others.
Clinton Dragons won the District 4 Class AAA last night. That's their first district tournament championship since 2010.
That's their first one since 2010 too, huh?
My goodness. Big 67-46 win over Halls, and that was quite good. And the girls of Clinton won over Scott County 54-49 the consolation game. The girls championship, Halls 48, Anderson County 43, and the boys consolation, Scott County 64, Anderson County 45, but Clinton guys with a big 21-point win.
And Anderson County girls, give them some props. They were the 4 seed, knocked off number 1 seed Clinton, advanced to the championship, and almost won that last night. Led about the whole way, but just came up a little bit short. But they will be hosting Friday night. I think they were hosting Gibbs, and Clinton will be hosting Clinton boys hosting Seymour on Saturday, and the Clinton girls will be traveling to Northview Academy.
Now, you know that off the top of your head, I can see.
Right, but do you have anything else over there, Walter?
Yeah, you pretty much covered it. Scott County at Seymour girls, quarterfinals, Gibbs at Anderson County, Carter at Halls, and Clinton at Northview Academy. Boys quarterfinals, Anderson County, Carter, Northview at Halls, Seymour at Clinton, and Scott County at Gibbs.
And I know, I was thinking here, how's Kingston doing, Chandler? Kingston finished 4th, so they'll be advancing to the region as well. There you can see Kingston defeated Tellico Plains. They will
Kingston down towards the bottom.
Tyner, Chattanooga Tyner, so taking on the 1 seed Tyner, so that'll be tough there for the Yellow Jackets. See some of the other teams down further south, but
I noticed some of those are traveling quite a bit.
Can you throw up the AAA boys and girls? Chandler, let's take a look at it real quick. And there you see it, the girls tournament. Seymour girls, they're number 1 out of District 3. Well, Halls came on strong. They're number 1 out of District 4. So that's pretty. It's a good region right there. What do you think about well, you flip it over to the boys. You can see the boys. Anderson County will be traveling to Carter. And Clinton hosting Seymour, as we mentioned, and Scott High there as well. That's a big possible matchup there with Clinton in the region semifinals. They got Trey Morrow, an outstanding player, and that'll be
should be a good game.
Yeah, it's a pressure-packed game right there. Those region semis. But what do you think about going to the 4 classifications?
I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about it. Now, from my perspective, from a small single A school, I mean, we've got about 250 kids in the building. You know, it makes it to where you can win a state title easier in single A than it's ever been. Because I'm going to throw out a couple of names from West Tennessee. I'm doing this off the top of my head, so I might get some of them wrong. But Memphis Mitchell, double A now. Okay? Bolivar Central. They're there every year, double A now. These are all Memphis Jackson area schools that have been single A powers for years.
Moved up.
They're all double A. Memphis Manassas moved up. Union City moved up. I think JCM, Jackson Central Mary, moved up. Okay, I mean, and I know I'm missing one in there, but there's 4 or 5 teams in the western part of the state that traditionally are at the state tournament that come out of the Memphis, Jackson area that are no longer in single A basketball. So once you get there now, you ain't really as much worried about the western part of the state. You got the Upper Cumberland with Pickett, Clay County, teams that a team like my guys can more easily match up with. You know, so selfishly, from my point of view, I think if you get to the state tournament, you know, you've got a better chance to win it than you ever have as a single A, you know, East Tennessee team.
Yeah, the landscape has certainly changed.
But you never know what's going to happen out in Memphis, man. I mean, you know, there's a couple of schools that have just popped out of nowhere, small private schools, charter schools. I think a school that's been in existence for like 2 or 3 years played for the state title last year out of Memphis. You know, Memphis Academy of Health and Sciences or something like that. You know, so you never know what's going to happen down in Memphis, but some of the schools that have been traditionally powerhouses have now moved up to AA, which is to our advantage, in my opinion.
All right, let's turn our attention to these Bobcats over here. We'll start with Brett Daugherty.
Ask them some tough ones.
Right. Well, Brett, how long you been playing basketball?
Well, I've been playing since my sophomore year.
Okay, and did you play any other sports?
No, not anymore. I used to play baseball back in elementary school, but no.
Okay. So you're a senior. All of y'all are seniors. What's your plans on the future?
I don't really have any plans right now. I think I'm gonna try to wing it. But I'd like to give a little shout out real quick, if that's all right.
Sure.
I'd like to shout out everybody in the student section this year because really we couldn't have won any of those tough games without them.
Coach, rather talk a little bit about Brett.
Hey, he got injured, a really bad knee injury this summer, and his fault. He's just been hurt all year, to be honest with you. He's never been right, you know. He's gave it a go. He's gave it his best shot. What'd you get to play, Brett? About 10, 12 games to start the year, something like that? Something like that. He got to play about the first 10 or 12 games, kind of 100%, but not really. You know what I mean? He's never been right all year. But he had a really big game against Harriman at home. I think he had 14, 16 points. It's a huge rival for us. Played his best game of the year. And, just something I want to say about Brett, it's terrible being injured. You know, I mean, he's not hurt. He's injured. It's not something that he can fight through, battle through. It's not he's being soft. He's just hurt. You know, he's got an injury. He's just got an injury.
Got to work.
And, and he's tried his best to come back, and it's just not in the cards. It's not going to happen. But I'm telling you, he's on the bench every night. He loves these guys sitting beside him. He loves the guys on our team. He doesn't have a bad attitude. He comes to practice every day still. He sits in the bleachers. Me and him joke around at practice. He's never been down in the dumps and felt sorry for himself. I will use Brett as a example in the future to kids that are dealing with injuries because I think that he's handled it extremely well. He hasn't made it something that's overly negative. He's just kind of took it in stride. And he told me the day that he was really done, he gave it a shot in practice. Went up for a layup, knee blew out. We knew he was done. And me and him talked after, and it was like, at least you can say you gave it your best shot. And he said, "It's just bad luck, Coach. It's just bad luck." And that's what it is. It's just bad luck, and that happens in life sometimes. But he's really just took it on the chin and been a great teammate along the way. So,
Walter.
Let's see. What other teams do you like besides your Oliver Springs team, and who has been your biggest rival this year?
I'd probably say Harriman or Oneida, either one. They were both really tough games for us.
And what was your best game this year, the one that you scored 14 or 16 points in?
I would probably say that one against Harriman at home or Midway at home, too.
And how would you go about telling somebody how to deal with your injury and how to not get depressed and down in the dumps and to do what you need to do to try to get back into it?
There's really no advice I could give anyone because everyone thinks differently. But one thing I would tell somebody is obviously just try to keep your head up, because I've been battling injuries the whole season and, I haven't tried to get down on myself or anything like that.
Well, you're a spirit to the team. That's good.
Sorry.
What part of the season did you get hurt? Did you have to
He's been hurt all year.
I mean,
Well, I mean, I've basically been hurt all year.
But-
But actually, didn't you say you did the play-by-play at Anderson County?
Uh-huh.
At the very end of the game, it was like 5 or 6 seconds left. I went up to deflect a pass, and
that was
he
the
just
game
blew
at
out.
Anderson County, right?
At Anderson
Uh-huh.
County, yeah, that Saturday game.
Okay. So that was back in January.
Yeah, like middle of January.
I wasn't aware of that, that you didn't come back from that, so sorry to hear that.
It's all right. It's all good.
So what's it like playing for Coach Rather?
Oh, it's great. In practice and everything, you know, I'm not going to lie, my first year, sophomore year, was playing before he took over. Practice there wasn't really good energy or any positivity, but as soon as he took over, everything was positive, full of energy, and it's good to be able to joke around with everybody.
And what's some of the memories you're going to take away from being a Bobcat?
Definitely, honestly, everything. Everything these last 2 years has been a great experience, and it's just something that I'm always going to be thankful for.
Okay. Well, good luck to you and in your future, and we'll get back with you here in a little bit and talk a little bit to Bryson Marler and Walter.
Tell us about how long you've been playing basketball, and do you play any other sports?
I've been playing basketball since my whole life, but freshman year for basketball, and I've always played for the high school. But I just now came back to baseball. I've always played baseball, but throughout middle school, freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, I gave it up. And then senior year, to my senior year, I wanted to go out on a bang with baseball. So I'm back playing baseball now, playing basketball.
And did you play AAU basketball and that sort of thing?
Yeah, I played with Brett right beside me. I played with all these boys, but I saw Brett when he tore his ACL. It was up in Dandridge.
And what are your thoughts about playing basketball after this, or what are your thoughts on what you're going to do after your senior year?
I don't plan on playing basketball after high school. I plan on just hanging it up and then pursuing a career in something that I still don't know what I want to do yet, but maybe 2 years of college or...
Okay.
Well, Coach Rather, talk a little bit about Bryson. I know he's the 2 games I saw him play, he's a 3-point gunner.
Yeah, man, he's I tell you, I'm just going to try to be as honest as I can. Like, he's just a good guy. Like, we call him Marv. He kind of looks like the guy off of Home Alone, if you've ever seen it. It's when I took over the program, started calling him Marv. I mean, I would let my daughters date Marv. I really would. I mean, he's a good guy. He might have me fooled. I might not really know Marv. But the Marv that I know is a solid teammate, okay? I don't know that I've ever seen him really have a bad attitude. I know if I was playing with Bryson Marler, I would love playing with him because he plays hard every night. You know what you're going to get. He's going to play hard. He's going to defend. He's going to be a good teammate. And he might make 4 in a row, or he might airball 3 in a row. And he's going to, but he still deserves to be on the floor because he does so much good for us. He's our energy guy. Sometimes in the timeouts, I just tell him hey man, we need a little spark. You need to start clapping in this guy's face on the other team. And that takes some guts to do it. And he's one of the guys on the team that he's got the guts to do that. It hypes him up. He about had a panic attack against Oneida a couple of Fridays ago. I'll never forget. He's asking me to take him out of the game, and it's crunch time. He looks at me and he's like, I got to get out of this game. And this is just a memory I have of him. I was like, get your butt on the floor. Like, this is crunch time, man. We need you. And then my assistant coach grabs me and he's like, I think he needs to come out of the game. We sub him out. I don't know. He was so amped up. He just made a layup. He was smacking the floor. And I will never forget. He was so amped up that I thought he was going to pass out on the floor, and I'm telling him to stay out there, And my assistant's like, you got to get him off the floor, coach. He's about to fall out, Just a lot of good memories. He's hit some big shots for us this year. He hit a big shot Friday night. The other night against Oneida in the district title. Kind of wanted to get us rolling. Keaton was driving down the lane. 3 guys collapsed on him on a fast break, kicked it to Marv, and he knocked it down. It kind of got us rolling. Just a great kid, man, and just fun to be around. He's one of those guys you're going to miss, Just a great glue guy.
And Bryson, what would you say is your biggest highlight playing at Oliver Springs? You've been playing for 4 years. What stands out in your mind?
It's got to be the defense and the slapping the floor, clapping kids' faces. Like Coach Rather always tells me, coming timeouts, he's like, you got to be our hot man. He's like, be clapping it up. So, like, if I'm guarding the best player, like that Mason Keaton kid for Oneida, he's a heck of a ball player, and he's quick. And he was like, you're guarding 11. I was like, all right. So I'm guarding him, and I'm just clapping in his face. But, like, it gets tiring, but at the same time, like, it's so fun to just, like, I don't score a lot. I probably give us, like, 3-6 points a game. But, like, defense is really my specialty right now.
What's do you have a favorite team or a player or both?
Everyone's going to hate me for this, but I'm a huge Florida Gators fan all the way for college. And I've always loved Tim Tebow, even though I don't play football. Tim Tebow's just always been a great guy, and I've always looked up to him.
What's it like playing for Coach Rather?
Oh, I love it. Coach Rather, I feel like matches my energy. I match his energy a lot, and, like, we just feed off each other. And literally, like, my first 2 years of high school basketball, my freshman and sophomore year, I came into practice, like, not really looking forward to it, not looking forward to practice. But then once Coach Rather took over, it's just every day, like, it's going to be a good practice. It's only, like, an hour and a half. As Coach Rather says, if you're in there over an hour and a half, you're wasting your time.
You ain't doing nothing. I tell the guys all the time, hey, if we can't get it done in an hour and a half, we need to go to the house. I mean, because I'm not doing my job, and you guys are walking around, and I'm running my mouth too much. So it's Bryson's just a great one, man. I mean, he's going to be hard to replace.
Bryson, now you're going to play baseball yourself?
Yes, sir.
Is Coach Kegley, is he a little bit tougher than Coach Rather?
Coach Kegley has his times. I know he's probably watching this right now, so I want to keep it down. But Coach Kegley, I played for him freshman year in the summer, and he jumped me one good time, and it scared me. I'm not going to lie, it scared me.
Yeah, he's a good coach. And
yeah, he's a great coach.
What position you play in baseball?
I play anywhere in the outfield, and I mean, I've played every position through my career except catcher. That's one position I will never want to play, have no desire to play as catcher.
Well, Bryson, well, good luck coming up in the region, and hope you get to the state. And we're going to go ahead and take our next break of the night, and we'll be right back to visit with Keaton McDonald and Tanner Melton. You're watching Locker Room Chat.
At OEB Law, our home is your home. And your family is our family. And down here, family takes care of family. Giving back and helping out whenever needed. OEB Law is proud to be from East Tennessee. OEB Law feels like home.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We'll buy it on the spot and we'll pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG.
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Herman and Rockwood.
At Roan Medical Center, we are committed to serving this community and providing the best possible care for our patients. We have 20 medical specialists on staff representing all areas of care in a clean and safe environment. You don't have to go out of town to receive excellence in outpatient services, so please don't delay. The care you deserve is right here, right now. For the moments of need, we are here for you.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Tennessee. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the TSSAA.
Earl Duff Subaru would like to announce the opening of our brand new, larger facility in Kingston. This new facility was designed to offer unmatched comfort and convenience for our customers. Our service department now offers full tire and alignment services, express oil changes, and a car wash included with each service. We're conveniently located at I-40 Exit 356 in Kingston, an easy drive from anywhere in the greater Knoxville area. Earl Duff Subaru, Tennessee's only 10-time winner of the Subaru Love Promise Award.
The 2022 Outback is in stock and available for immediate delivery at Earl Duff Subaru in Kingston.
Welcome back into Locker Room Chat. We're visiting with the head coach of the Oliver Springs Bobcats basketball team, Wesley Rather. And we're going to talk to two more of these senior Bobcats now. We got Keaton McDonald and Tanner Melton. So we'll start with Keaton. And Keaton, and once again, congratulations on that district tournament championship last night. And let's go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself. You're a senior, and what's your plans for the future?
Just a lot of question marks as of right now. I know I want to go to school, go to college, but I still haven't decided what I want to study or what I want to be when I grow up.
And you play some of the point guard position, right?
Yes, sir.
And just talk about how long you've been playing the basketball.
I've been playing since I could pick up a basketball. I've always loved basketball since I was young, but I've really sparked a love for it during high school, and it's just been a great experience playing for Rather. It's just been great.
4-year player?
Yes, sir.
And you play any other sports?
No, I just play basketball.
Walter?
What are some of your better memories during your career as a basketball player, your games that stand out?
I would say when we played Coalfield at home, I hit 10 threes that game, and that was probably my best game of the year. And then I had like a week where I averaged 31 in a week, and that was just probably when I was playing my best ball, and that felt really good to be able to do that.
That is quite substantial. 10 threes.
I think I wasn't able to confirm it, but I think it is a school record. I'm not able to, absolutely 100% say that, but he at least. I know someone has made 9 in the past. I don't know if anyone has made 10, but I think he set the school record, in 3-pointers in a single game.
Coach, I'd rather talk a little bit about Keaton.
Hey, man, he's a guy that, kind of like I was talking about with Brett, that I'm going to use as an example in the future. I mean, he has literally turned into a 3-level scorer. And about a year ago, 2 years ago, I mean, if Keaton wasn't shooting the 3-ball well, I mean, you didn't have to guard him. He wasn't going in the lane. He didn't want to be in the lane. He definitely wasn't going to shoot any free throws, because he wasn't attacking the rim at a high enough rate throughout the game. And now I think that he's turned into one of the hardest people in our region to guard. I mean, he can really shoot it, and he's got to the point now that if you close out hard on him, I mean, he's got a nice pull-up game, and he's started to finish off 2 feet with 2 hands, and he's got a few and-ones this year. And, a lot of times our best play is posting Keaton McDonald up. And if you'd have told anybody that watched him play a year and a half ago, they said there's no way you're going to post Keaton McDonald up 8 or 12 times a game. I mean, we run a play called Fist, and it's to get him the ball on the block. And he's turned into one of our better post players on the team. He's got a couple of nice moves. He elevates well in the lane. And, he's really, especially his senior year, he's just made a lot of progress on learning how to play, directing traffic on the floor, and he's just turned into a gunner, man. I said it earlier. He's shooting about 50% from 3-point since Christmas, and that's lights out. I mean, that's absolutely shooting the ball lights out.
See the leading scorer?
Yeah, since Christmas, he's averaging about 23 a night.
And shoots free throws pretty good too.
He shoots free throw, and he gets to the free throw line a lot. I mean, the guy is averaging 20 plus a game because he's getting between 6 or 8 a night at the line, and that's something that I've been preaching to him for a couple of years. And I can tell you right now, next year, I'm going to say to some guys, hey, when are you going to start doing what Keaton finally figured out how to do and get to the free throw line and be more than a one-trick pony, and you'll be hard to guard.
We got about 5 minutes left in the show, and Keaton, you're averaging about 23 a game, but would you like to play on the next level? Is there any possibility of that?
I really don't know. We haven't sent film out to anyone or any of that stuff yet, so I really don't know yet.
So you're in the postseason, you can open up a lot of college scouts' eyes, I'm sure, especially if you get down to Murfreesboro. But do you have a favorite team or player?
Well, colleges, I like Tennessee, just like, and that's pretty much it about all the sports I keep up with.
Who would you say is the team leader, more vocal on the team, vocal leader?
I would say me and Tanner, we talk a lot on the team, like direct traffic, because we run the one guard a lot, so we talk the most on the offensive and defensive end.
Who keeps you loose?
Rather.
Coach Rather?
Coach Rather.
I don't know if he's telling the truth on that one, but I'll take it.
What's it like playing for Coach Rather?
It's great. He's such a good coach. His energy's amazing. He makes me want to play hard. Like, if I'm not playing hard, he'll get in my grill and let me know I'm not playing hard. And that's what a coach should do. And I really admire that about him.
Hey, I'm harder on Keaton McDonald than I am on anybody on the team, and he always takes the coaching. He always does the right thing, and he's turned into a great representative of our program, and a lot of kids in the community look up to him. Hey, let's make sure we get the team out here before we get out of here.
Let's get Tanner on there, and Walter?
Let's see. What do I need to talk about? Lord, I've lost my train of thought at this point. How long have you been playing basketball?
As long as I can remember, really.
So you've had background since AAU days and since you were young?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's some of your best memories or best game this year?
Really just last night. That was special.
Well, Tanner, what would you like to do when you graduate? What's your plan?
I'm planning on going to Rome State to be a chemical operator.
Okay, and Coach Rather said you had a big dunk the other one of the games. Let's talk about that.
Yes, sir. It didn't feel real, really. After it happened, the crowd just erupted, and it felt really good. I've been waiting all year for one.
You had more than one?
He almost had one last night.
I missed the putback last night.
So how tall are you?
I'm about 6'4", 6'5", somewhere around there.
And Coach Rather, talk a little about Tanner.
Yeah, I'd love to. Man, I only got 3 minutes, and I could talk about T-Mel for about 20 minutes. I'm telling you, it's I don't know how else to say it. Kids like Tanner aren't going to come around every year, or every 4 years. He's a unique kid. He's got a funny personality. He keeps me on my toes. Like, I know that I've got to be prepared at practice because T-Mel's always got something to say. He's always asking questions. He thinks a lot. He's one of my favorite guys on the team. You're not supposed to have favorites, but everybody does. And Tanner's one of my favorite guys on the team. He's turned into a really nice defender. He still don't like to box out, but he finds a way to get rebounds. And man, he's just he holds the ball in his hands a lot for us. He has the ball in his hands a lot during the game, and I feel good about it because I think he's going to make the right basketball play about 9 times out of 10. He's hard on himself, but man, I'm telling you, he is a great kid to have in the program. Everybody on the team loves Tanner, and if Tanner plays well, we're hard to beat. That's, before we get out of here, that's the last thing that I'll say. I mean, we go as he goes.
Well, guys, Tanner, go ahead and give a shout out.
I would just like to shout out Coach Rather and the rest of the coaching staff. They've really been a special part of this team this year. We could not have done it without them.
Okay, and good luck the rest of the season. And Keaton, shout out.
I'd like to shout out just the community. Everybody showed out to our games this year. We haven't been very fun to watch previously, but it's awesome to see everybody come out and watch us.
Bryson?
Same thing, the community, because I wouldn't have watched us my freshman and sophomore year. We were not fun to watch, but this year I feel like we've turned it around.
Well, Coach Rather, we thank you for being here, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you guys so much for having us. We appreciate it.
Walter Stair and John Williams. We'll see you next week on the Locker Room Chat.